before I start. Welcome to the Glenn Beck program tonight. Oh, I've got something great for you. Just read a headline right before we went on the air that said, quote, Acorn dissolved as a national structure. Shut up. It is indeed in the process of dissolving. Not really dissolving as much as transforming. America, we saw this one coming. We told you that Acorn would rebrand itself and transform, just like this nation is transforming. Later this hour, we're going to show you how they're transforming and what President Obama has said in the past about Acorn. New video that you have to see and compare with what he's saying about it now. You don't want to miss this. Come on, let's go. America, welcome to it. It's Monday. You remember this as a kid? Beyond Escape. They were the choose your own adventure books where, you got to the end of one story and then you had to make a choice. And if you choose one way, you'd turn to another page. They were always great. Periodically you'd be given this book and you'd be given a choice. And they'd have the different endings. Depending on which one you choose, it would be a good ending or a bad ending. Let me try a present-day choose-your-own adventure. In this present-day adventure, imagine that you're, the President of the United States. And in this adventure, you've been in the office for about a year, and somehow the massive stimulus plan that you've designed to save America, the one you put stand-up Chuck Biden in charge of, against all odds, nobody saw this coming, wasn't working out. And the economy still stunk on ice. The deficits were ballooning out of control, the debt was skyrocketing past unsustainable levels, and the jobless number, those still unemployed for 26 weeks or more, looks like this. Whoa, look at that. There's 1983. I remember that one being really bad. Oh, look at the giant hockey stick at the end. Now here's your problem. In this new adventure, you're the president. Things stink on ice, but you're thinking, yeah, but I have to pass health care. Only a couple of problems with it. The health care plan that you have costs $1 trillion. I feel like I have to say it like this, Dr. Evil, $1 trillion. Also, the people, you know them, the riff-raff that voted for you, they really don't want it. The latest poll in our little episode shows 58% disapprove of your health care plan, only 39% approve. The voters, 78%, say if it passed, they know it's going to cost a lot more than projected because the government always gets those things wrong. Voters also overwhelmingly believe that the plan will increase the federal deficit, which is already a problem, and lead to middle-class tax hikes, which you promised wouldn't happen. Voters also fear that they could be forced to change their coverage under your new plan, and your overall job approval is now only at 45%, 54% disapprove. What to do? Now, in your own adventure, the goal is to make the choice that leads to a happy outcome. So here are the choices. You're reading along, you're like, what's my central character going to do? Well, first choice, realize you can't continue adding new bloated government programs and put the healthcare overhauls on hold because the country is about to throw every one of your pals out of office, or say, damn the cost, damn the torpedoes, damn the people. On with health care. Yeah, if you're trying to go for a happy outcome, I think your choice might be fairly obvious. Now, real life, same wacky scenario, except President Obama is deciding to go with option B. On with health care. Here's what he posted today online. This is the compromise. Oh, but Glenn, you didn't read the plan. It's deficit neutral. Yeah, it's deficit neutral, all right. That'd be great. And since you buy that, I tell you what, could you call me? Because this phone's almost like never used. The White House, you can call them. They're the only ones with the number, and they don't use it. So would you call me? Because if you buy that it's deficit neutral, I have some really beautiful real estate with an incredible view of the Earth on the moon. It's going cheaply. Call me. The arrogance of this administration is amazing. On one hand, the president says we've got to be fiscally responsible even though people are hurting. We can't keep spending. We've got to freeze spending. Here's the one hand.
It's hard to be fiscally responsible when we have all these human needs and we're inheriting enormous deficits and debt, but that's a sacrifice that we're going to have to make.
Families across the country are tightening their belts.
Yes.
And making tough decisions. The federal government should do the same.
People are like, yes! But then he goes to the other hand. And here's what the other hand is saying.
I want to spend $1 billion. Oh, scratch that. $1 trillion on health care.
We're not idiots. We're not buying the hand. Got it? He treats health care as if it's somehow or another separate from spending. This one's free. We're getting the money from a money tree. Then he realizes too late, gosh, that money tree doesn't exist. I don't care how many new taxes you conjure up to make it deficit neutral. Spoiler alert, it's going to cost you money. Otherwise, it wouldn't say the word tax 35 times on just what they posted on the internet. You see, this adventure doesn't end well economically. No. And the president knows it. Yeah, he does. How do I know he knows? Oh, it's easy. This is his signature piece of legislation, right? This is the guy, I mean, this is the most important thing we can do. And this is the guy who's not exactly camera shy. I mean, anybody pulls out a camera, he's there ready to break out a speech. In fact, he's always at the podium. He's always on prompter. 16 American flags always ready to go right behind him. I mean, it's pretty spectacular. Where was he today on the issue? Oh, I don't know. That was, I don't have that answer. No, I don't know. The first attempt of his signature health care plan drafted by Pelosi. I'm just letting Nancy Pelosi draft it. The second one was, I'm just letting Harry Reid draft it. Yeah. This one, I don't know who drafted it, but it's up there on the internet. Yeah, you'll have to read through it. I don't know if you'll understand it, which is weird, because I thought he said that America didn't support health care because he didn't explain it enough. Wow, if you're going to launch your signature program and it's yours this time, you'd think that you'd explain it with a speech or something. Here is why the president doesn't want his fingerprints on this. He doesn't want any videotape at all of him endorsing his own package. Because A, it destroys health care as we know it. B, it will raise taxes. C, it will usurp state rights. D, through spending and expansion of new government offices, it will give government more power and control than they could possibly ever imagine. And he's asking the Republicans to come with an open mind on Thursday. Open mind. Does that mean you're going to saw through the brain and just open it up like... I mean, how much of an open mind do you have to have if you're a fiscal conservative to agree with this when this plan broadens the tax base for high-income taxpayers, orders a comprehensive database on health claims, which that sounds good. That doesn't sound like there's any more red tape for our doctors there. It'll make you, well, if you choose not to become insured, to pay more. Eventually, you're not going to really have a choice, but right now, it's progress, baby steps. And then the funds will be transferred to the Social Security Trust Fund if necessary. What does that mean, exactly? And they're calling this bill a compromise. So we got all the Republicans in and they compromised on this, or... And they didn't compromise with the American people who are 58% against this. No. And the Republicans, they don't even really need. This is a compromise between the Democrats and the Democrats. That's who he's bringing together. I'm reaching all the way to the end of the aisle and bringing everybody together. It's like a far-left smorgasbord. The president wants to enact more regulation to fight increases in reacting to the nearly 30% rate increase in California. Okay. That's high. I know, because I think it was last year or the year before, as a small businessman, my insurance increase for the premiums that I pay as a company was 47%. Yeah. Now, his plan proposes more power to go to the federal government to block excessive rate increases by those evil health insurance companies. Wow, that's great. I mean, who doesn't want cheaper health care? I know I do as a small business owner, because I think it was like 47% last year or the year before, and this year they're going to go up again, I was just told. That's great. But price controls and more government regulation, really not the solution. The solution is deregulating. Let me buy health care across state lines. I'm in New York. Let me buy it from New Jersey. Hey, if there's a great idea in California or Texas, let me buy it there. No, 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 says the federal government. Price controls. Well, gee, if I were just born today, which I wasn't, I might think price controls work. But since we know a little something called history, we can look into price controls.